What's up guys? For today's watch review we're going to talk about the Seiko SNJ025, also known as the Arnie reissue, because it's a newer model manufactured by Seiko from an original model that came out in 1982. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. You're probably wondering why my Arnie looks a little bit different. This is just a regular SNJ025 that I customized myself. I swapped out the shroud for a stainless steel version, so this outer casing right here, and then I swapped out the band for a stainless steel bracelet. And that's just because I like the way it looks better this way. And that's one of the beautiful things about the Arnie, is just how easy it is to customize it. I'll go ahead and show you a picture real quick of what a regular Arnie should look like. And there you have it. It's got the black shroud and black band, and it still looks very clean. I very much like the way that that one looks. I might actually buy another one just so that way I can have an all stainless steel version and the regular version at all times. But I prefer this one more. So talking about price, off of the website, we're looking at an MSRP of $525. However, on the street, you should expect to pay a ballpark of $400 to $450 after taxes, depending on your location and which store you're buying from. Personally, I spent $402 after taxes from Amazon. I don't know if that price is available now. I purchased this watch in February of 2020 this year. So who knows, take a look. Maybe you could find a really cheap one on the used market as well. Now let's just do a quick 360 and observe the Arnie in all of its glory. This is a PROSPEX watch, so you will have those crashing waves design on the case back, which is always a great thing. And there you go. Now going over some dimensions here, we've got a case diameter of around 48 millimeters and then a case thickness of 15 millimeters. So this is quite a large watch, but in such a delightfully fun way. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like on my wrist. I've got about a 7.5 inch wrist, and there you go. This does take up quite amount of real estate on the arm. But I think that is one of its charms and selling points. Going over some functions and features, this is an ISO certified solar dive watch. It has a 6-month power reserve. It's got the lumen right on the indices, which is always a good thing. Oh, and of course, a unidirectional rotating bezel, 120 click. Now, normally with Seiko bezels, I really like them, but they're a little bit too smooth and they feel a little bit sluggish. This one is fantastic. It's, I guess I'm going to use the word clickier. It's very clicky, and when it moves, it's very determined and deliberate, and I very much like that. You've got screw down buttons right here, as long as a screw down crown. And of course a backlight as well, which is accessed through this button. And if you hold the backlight button, it shows you the battery life. So BAT 10. 10 is the highest battery life, and then 1 being low. So just screw that back in. And then for the different modes, so right now we're in main time. You've got calendar, dual time, stopwatch, alarm, and back to main time. Now your screw down crown, once you pull it out, it's not going to work in the conventional sense. So it doesn't directly control your hour and minute hand. If you pull it out, it sets your digital readout into adjust mode. Now let's say I wanted to change the time to 9 o'clock. So let's hit this bottom button to shift through to the hour. And I'm gonna scroll up. And it works both ways. I can scroll down or scroll up. So it's 9 o'clock, and I push the crown back in, and the hour hand will move to 9 o'clock. So let's go ahead and bring that time back to the actual time. And screw that crown back in. So there we go. And let me go ahead and show you that beautiful Seiko loom. So there you have it with the backlight and loom. Absolutely phenomenal. You get the best of both worlds. Normally with any digi watches, it's one or the other. You know, normally it's really bad loom because they just compensated for having a backlight. But they did a really good job incorporating both into just very fantastic ways. So for my overall thoughts, I absolutely love the Arnie. But that's not to say that it's perfect to me. Some of the things that I absolutely love about the watch are also some of the things that frustrate me. For example, the large pronounced crown, which really ties the whole look together, and I absolutely love it. But because it's so large and at the 3 o'clock position, it really does dig into the back of your hand when you're doing any kind of pressing movement or any kind of hand flexion. So it's a sacrifice that you have to make. For that special look, you kind of have to give up some levels of comfort for than what you're used to with your other watches. I think ideally it would have been nice to have put the crown at the 4 o'clock position, but that might have thrown off the design, you know, a little bit. And going on to the buttons, as a technician, I hate the fact that it is righty loosey, lefty tighty. And maybe that's just an OCD thing, but it really bugs me. Like, it's at the back of my brain every time I have to loosen the button or unscrew the button. I have to consciously basically drop everything that I know is right in the world and turn it right to loosen it and left to tighten it. You know, that might not bother you, but it's just something that drives me up the wall. But other than that, the fact that it is so customizable, so easy to modify to my tastes and my needs is just a wonderful thing. So that's all I gotta say for now. You know, I do recommend it, especially if you are a child of the 80s. You're gonna love this watch. It is so fun. But granted, there are also cheaper options out there. So if you do want this watch, go ahead and get it. You won't be disappointed. If you're kind of on the fence and you've been looking at other things, you know, there's plenty of other watches out there that are perfectly fine. This is just another phenomenal option in the Seiko lineup. So I hope that this video helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching and tune in for my next episode. All right, bye.